Mossberg Shockwave, zombie gun. Welcome back to Duke's Outdoor and Tech TV. Now today we're going to do a review of a pretty interesting firearm. And you see me do the rabbit is a firearm because it's a pretty interesting backstory to this firearm. Which I'll provide the backstory in a short second. So basically, this is a Mossberg Shockwave 590 with chambers 12 gauge, 2 1/4 and 3-inch shells. We refer to this as basically a zombie gun because, well, I like zombie movie and action movie, and I don't know if you like them too, but you'll never see a zombie movie that you'll never see a sawed-off shotgun. So that is why the first time I saw this firearm in a gun store in New York, I was like, that must be only for law enforcement, but why law enforcement need a sawed-off shotgun? And then they said, no, this is available to civilian. Like, whoa, you serious? They're like, yeah, available to civilian. Because, you know, everybody, at least if you're a firearm aficionado, would want to have one of these in their collection. Even if you don't use it, you still like to have one of these in your collection because it's just a vintage nature, you know. Remember watching Posse with Mario Van Peebles, you know, whipping off 12 gauge and, you know, firing all over the place. Even though I'd have to see anybody just holding this and just busting it off, but it's pretty cool to see, you have to admit. So let's go in a little history, if you will, with why this firearm is gun, if you will, is classified as a firearm and not a shotgun. So basically, Mossberg found a loophole. What this is basically a classification request or a certificate, probably that Mossberg furnished to the Bureau of Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm to get this gun certified or classified. So basically classified as a firearm and not a shotgun because it's meet a certain definition. So that's why it's classified as a firearm and not a shotgun. So basically defined as the further NFA defined firearm to include a shotgun having a barrel or barrels of less than 18 inches length and any other weapon as defined in the subsequent subsection E. So basically everything else that don't meet this classification is a shotgun, and everything else and whatever meet this classification is a firearm. And that's why a lot of other firearm manufacturers started manufacturing these type of firearms in this configuration. Basically it's a sawed-off shotgun. So one thing you have to be very mindful of, you have to be mindful of any modification, like if you've done a shoulder stock that trying to convert it back to a regular shotgun, no, that would make it illegal because now you have a shoulder stock and a less than an 18-inch barrel. So basically, you basically just, it would be not anyone in the best interest just to leave this as is. No, probably put on, for me personally, I would think I'm going to explore putting on a 3D printed pistol grip on it and see how that would work, but at first I have to explore the legality of that also. You also can, I think, mount optics at the top here because these holes should allow you to mount some optics. Yeah, it would probably make it cool, but if you shoot from the hip most of the time, I don't see why the optics would that, because I'm not going to put this up in my face and shoot like this. Somebody else will do that. When I'm ready to shoot this is how I'm going to shoot it. While we haven't have any footage shooting it, trying to get some ammunition, which is very scarce these days. So once we get our hands on some ammunition, we're going to jump right into get into the range and start to show you how this thing fan out. All right. Now, getting back to the term shotgun and firearm and all that. you might look at this and say, no, that don't make sense. There's a firearm, a shotgun. Yeah, because this shotgun, if you compare this to the regular Mossberg, you'll see that they basically look and feel the same, right? With the exception that this Mossberg have a flip-up sight and a very cool front sight and the flip-up sight, which probably allow you to shoot a little bit more accurately. However, on the Shockwave, you only have your front sight, which is a bead sight. I don't think you would really need a rear sight or optics. It's hard to see why anyone would need it. I'm just being honest. Definitely, at least for me, can't knock anyone about that. But basically, it operates just the same like any other shotgun. You know, you open your breech, you lever here at the bottom. See, press that. Allow you to close the breech, and similarly, you load from the bottom here up. I think this takes 5 rounds. Yeah, I think it takes about 8 of those. I think 1.5-inch shells that they have, some little bitty 1.5-inch shells. The safety is at the top here, similar to your standard Mossberg. The safety is at the top of this one. However, if you take into consideration your Remington, you'll see that the Remington safety is a little bit more different. Actually, this shotgun for quite a while, probably 15 years or so. And sometimes you have stuff and you really don't appreciate it, but this have a safety key that actually allows you to put on safe and turn the key and lock it. So it's tamper proof. Once you turn that key inside here, you almost render the action anyway useless. Now, if someone wants to use it, they could take out the action and slip another one in, but at least you're being very safety conscious by making sure that you lock this with the key when it's not in your position. Alright? So I just think this was a very cool feature, and it's just the first time really I get to reflect on it since I just have the time to compare it. So I just thought it was a cool feature. But moving along. So you can shoot either 2.5, 2.25, or 3-inch shells. I think I would probably do some buckshot in it, and probably some bird shot, and maybe slug, but definitely no magnum shells. While the Remington here can handle magnum rounds, I don't think this one can. I wouldn't fire it with a magnum round. I've seen in other video where people fire these things and they kick right back on their face. Again, going back to the optics, I'll be shooting it this way when I'm shooting it. I also like doing that. If I want to do that, I just go back and get the regular shotgun. If that important to me, I just go back to the regular shotgun and shoot from the shooter. Yeah, so, but it's a pretty cool vintage firearm, something where at least nice to have in your arsenal. You never know him. It can be overrun by zombies or space alien or Martian or whatever. So, so well then, if that happens, you need something like this. Pretty comfortable. Run pretty smooth. Safety on and off pretty easily. Yeah, shoot with one hand. If you have big hands, I don't have really big hands, but you can shoot with one hand. Well, let me see about how much pound is it trigger. So we clear. Yep, clear. Let's see the direction. trigger is interesting. You push it all the way down until it meet and stop, literally stop, and you just push it, pull some more without the trigger moving, and it goes off. So basically you go to a wall, stop, and when you push on it, pull on it, it goes off. It does goes off, and when it does go off, the trigger does not travel any further. Interesting. Let me try this Remington, this Mossberg. Again, loaded, check, yep. Point safe direction. See him. Try the Remington 870. Yep, safe. This one here a much lighter trigger than this. The Remington have a much lighter trigger than the Mossberg. Try something here. Okay. Yeah. Pretty nice trigger. The fact that it doesn't over travel when you squeeze on it once it hit that wall. What I would probably want to do is put a 3D pistol grip like this. Alright? You can hold it like this. At least make it a little bit more practical. So, yeah, this was a 3D pistol grip that I'd made for AR and one for the AK. So I might consider making one to this. I think it would be very cool, right? So, well, just to show you the box, there's not a lot that comes with it, you know. You get in this box, you don't get a nice cool case, I guess, because of the price. I think the price is roughly about $5 something. So I guess you just get this box with it, which, you know what, you can't complain. You get a lock, which is very typical. I think by law they have to provide, and again, you get this. I think it's just a certificate that you probably should keep with this firearm, just to make sure you're on the safe side, knowing that at least Mossberg consulted with the NRA before manufacturing this firearm. Then there's some other support, the NRA and stuff like that. Did I say NRA earlier? No, it's not NFA, the Bureau of Tobacco and Firearm. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearm and Explosive. Yeah, so this is something about joining the NRA, which is typical. And I guess you have a sticker, something here with the Mossberg. So not a lot. No manual. So not a lot. Not that you would really need a manual to operate this. I think is this another sticker? Actually, the price was $430, which is a pretty good price. I think I paid probably $700 for this Remington. Yeah, that has a extended tube, which is pretty neat. Again, it held up pretty well. If you look at the finish and all, it held up pretty well over the years. Remington 870 Magnum Express. Yeah, so if you considering getting one of these, the Shockwave Now, some people might say, yeah, that, would be a nice home security. Yeah, because again, if you get up and you hear bumping at the night and you coming down your stairs under one of these, I'm telling you, unless you're driving a tank, you want to get the hell out of Dodge, right? Because once the sound in the dark heard in the quiet of the night, and someone or something, we can be invaded by Martians or zombie or whatever. So you just have to protect your family. Well, this will come real good handy. Now, I would kind of be a little bit cautious living in a city area, because again, I'm telling you, once you pull this, you probably don't have any house left when you finish fire this. If you have an intruder in your house and you really have to get busy with this inside your house, I think if you get 2 or 3 rounds out of this, you probably need a new house. Trust me, by the time you're done. Yeah, so if I live out in the sticks, where there's lions, tigers, and bears, yeah, this would pretty be a nifty firearm to keep handy, either sling over your back or something if you're going out in the woods, or I probably keep this hanging right by the door, or something like that, just to make sure that you have something very handy, just in case, a lion, tiger, bear, or Martian turn up at your door. I have to repel it. So yeah, so hopefully in the near future, can be able to get some footage with this beast, or the zombie gun, so you guys could see this going to work, and get a review after that to see how much we like it, or if it control pretty well, if as I say, it could be for home defense, if it have the potential for the home defense. Again, this is your Mossberg Shockwave 590 chamber in 12 gauge, 2 1/4 and 3-inch shell. So again, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and catch you later. Dukes Outdoor and Tech TV. Peace.